Just a kid, his kayak, and hopefully a bite or two.
You're pretty close to the water, and you can go in places where bass boats can't, and it's pretty awesome.
Jackson Orr has established himself as an elite kayak fisher, but his passion for fishing started well before he began pedaling boats like this. When 5-year-old Jackson picked up his first rod, he made waves immediately.
He started fishing that day and caught about a 2-foot catfish that day, and I think since that day he's been hooked.
I've loved it ever since.
Lures and reels became routine accessories for Jackson, but he didn't start tournament competition until last year. Once again, impressive results right away.
I ended up placing 3rd at that tournament, and that's when I thought maybe I should do more of these.
This March, Jackson took aim at a national championship in Kentucky as the youngest qualifier in the event. He finished 62nd in a field of 752.
He's learned so much more. I taught him how to fish the way any father would teach their son how to fish, but he has just taken it so far beyond what I can teach him.
Jackson has already made a big mark, but he's still got a long way to go. This kid's not slowing down anytime soon.
It's super exciting. Once I get my license, I'm going to be all over the country and try to fish as many tournaments as possible and try to get in the pro series eventually.
Orr wants to hit a couple more milestones before that jump to the pros, win Angler of the Year here in Indiana, and take first place at a national tournament. If his track record's any indication,
there we go.
He'll catch on pretty quickly. Brandon Bobilia and Kurt Vogel, a cornhole powerhouse in Fort Wayne. When these two met years ago, Kurt had already built quite the reputation with his wife, Ann.
I saw them at tournaments. They were frequent faces that I saw, so I kind of just knew of them. They were kind of like icons around cornhole.
Brandon eventually started dating Kurt's stepdaughter, Katie, so they ended up seeing each other quite a bit. Naturally, these guys played a lot. Kurt had the clear upper hand for a while.
He kept practicing to get better, you know, kept coming over, kept trying, kept playing.
Eventually caught him. Once I got so good, he asked me to be his partner, and from there on, we've been partners for about a year and a half, 2 years.
Great players can make some impressive cash from cornhole competition. At first, Bobilia and Vogel took on the local scene, events like the Three Rivers Festival and Canal Days.
Once we placed at a couple tournaments and won a couple tournaments, I realized, you know, hey, maybe I could not so much make a career out of it, but make a fun hobby out of it.
Now they compete at the national level, too. Earlier this month, the duo appeared on ESPN2, reaching the championship of the American Cornhole League's doubles tournament. The day ended in defeat, but for their first time in the event, these guys did very well.
Our main goal was to get to ESPN, and we surpassed that and actually made it to the championship match.
We beat a lot of good teams, but I didn't expect it, no, honestly.
Making it onto ESPN and finishing second on the national stage, that's quite the accomplishment. But these two say they can still get better. There's no telling how far they can go.
We'll just keep fighting, you know, keep playing as hard as we can, and maybe one day we'll win it. Maybe one day we'll win it all, and we'll be the champs.
As these two toss their names into more events, they send a clear signal throughout Fort Wayne. This is the team to beat in the Summit City.